Hey everybody, Phil Struzzo from Select Software. Going to give you just a quick run through of this ATS ROI spreadsheet for those of you who are going to use it to build a business case and also to 6, 12, 18 months after implementation, figure out what went right, what went wrong. So there's a bunch of different tabs here. The first ones are instructions. You can use this kind of totally autonomously, but if you're anything like me, you're probably a visual learner. So let's kind of go through this step by step. So first tab down here is costs. It's all about what are you actually going to be paying. Any cell that's blue is changeable. So let's say you're doing this in 2020. All of these are going to change. The years, let's say our ATS costs 55,000 or maybe it's 1,500 bucks. Like whatever the case may be, change it to fit your business and it's going to calculate these costs going forward. These costs, by the way, are calculated based on the value metric down here, the cost per. So what are we getting charged on? Maybe it's per employees, maybe it's recruiters. And again, these cells are going to change. It's like, okay, we're getting charged based on recruiters. We've got 10 recruiter seats, so it's 2,000 bucks per seat. It's going to flow through. It's going to update your pricing that you pay in the future based on this calculation. Okay, so let's just leave it at employees. We're going to pretend we've got 500 employees. You'll notice these cells with the little red things here give us some insights into how to use this better. How many employees are we going to add each year? Okay, the rest of the costs here are one-off costs. They only happen in the first year that we do this. The rest of these costs, the subscription costs, are going to have impact every single year into this total cost line. So our one-off cost, maybe we're paying a consultant to help us implement, do the data migration. There's time spent away from doing people's job that we should lump into recruiting, or I'm sorry, training. And then maybe there's some ongoing training and costs as well. And again, you update the blue number, it flows through the rest of the spreadsheet. Benefits. Okay, so this is where you're kind of building the value case for your new applicant tracking system. There's a couple of different ways that I think it makes sense to calculate the value. First is recruiter productivity. It's basically how many recruiters do we have, how much do we pay them with benefits, how much are we going to increase their productivity, and then it does a calculation to figure out what value that is in each year. Changes in hiring funnel, are we going to get more people, are more people going to accept our offers, etc. Again, check out all these comments if you want to do a detailed dive into what you think this is going to do for your company. And then this is sort of like the main thing here. And in fact, you can just focus on time to fill if you're doing an ROI calculation because it's going to more than get you there. So basically we're saying, hey, time to fill is going to go down with our new ATS because we have better recruiter workflows, we have better data and analysis that lets us optimize how we're getting candidates in, better candidate experience, et cetera, et cetera. And so we're taking our current 40-day time to fill down to 37. Our average employee makes 65,000 bucks. Again, you can change all this to fit it to whatever you want. And then their value to the business is a multiple of that 65,000. Maybe you just want to make it one time and be really conservative. Maybe you want to make it 3 times and be more realistic. Whatever the case may be, this is the calculation of daily cost to the business of an unfilled job. And of course, if you change that by 3 days, multiply it by the total number of employees that you're hiring, you are going to get a fairly large number here. Total benefits, add them all up, and that's your value. The ROI, of course, is your cost minus your value. So we've got all the costs pulling in from the first tab here. We've got all the benefits pulling in from this tab here. And then it does the calculation. So this is just going to fill out on its own. And of course, there are other ways of thinking about the benefits if you want to. But what you can do is literally just copy and paste this, throw it into a PowerPoint, and boom, you've got your 5-year model on why you should get a new applicant tracking system. Again, Phil from Select Software Reviews. If you've made it this far in the video, let me know. Email me if you've got any questions. I'm more than happy to ask anybody who's nerdy enough to make it this far.